feel like you're drowning, like life is overwhelming and you want to hide or run away or burst, but you're stuck in it, stuck with it. So you have to figure out a way to navigate it, adapt, be resilient. Do you know how resilient you are? Resilience is the natural ability to roll with the punches. With resilience, you don't just get through tough times. You grow stronger because of them. Resilience thrives under pressure without falling into negative or harmful patterns like self-pity or blame. Resilience learns from experiences, finds solutions, takes action, and trusts that everything will eventually work out. How many times do you think I'm going to say the word resilience? Should we start placing bets? Anyway, you're likely way more resilient than you think or give yourself credit for. And a great way to find out how resilient you are is by taking this resiliency test. This test follows the same structure as our other psychological tests. So you can simply listen to relax and unwind. But if you want to know your results, you will need a pen and paper handy, or a material of your choice to keep track. At the end of the test, you will need to do some light math to calculate your results. This is simple addition, no rocket science, I promise, not yet. And a gentle reminder that this test is only intended to inform you. It is not a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. My goal is to help raise self-awareness and encourage personal reflection. However, I will provide recommendations on how to develop stronger resilience after the results of the test. Should we get into it? Are you ready? Nice and relaxed, letting the day go, letting any stressors, anxieties, nagging thoughts go. Let's do a countdown. How does that sound? I'll count down from 3 to 1, and when we get to 1, we will get into the resilience test. You will relax deeper and deeper as I count down. Ready? 3, letting your body grow heavy and limp as it sinks down, letting everything go. 2, a feeling of warmth and ease starts to fill your entire body, letting that warmth fill your body and preparing to start answering my statements. Very relaxed and ready to answer my statement. 1. Very good. Now, I have 20 statements for you. I need you to rank how true they are to you and your experience on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 means not at all. 2 means a little. 3, sometimes. 4, typically. And 5, always. Again, 1 means the statement is not true to how you are. 2 means it's a little true to how you are. 3, it's sometimes true. 4, it's typically true. And 5, it is always true. If you want to calculate your resiliency, you will need to add your scoring up at the end of this test. So you will rank 20 statements and you will add all those numbers up at the end. Are you ready? Beautiful. Try to respond quickly and instinctively. Your first reaction, usually the most accurate. So now, statement 1. And statement 1 is, in a crisis or chaotic situation, you stay calm and focus on taking useful action. Is that statement true to how you are? Please rate it with a number 1 to 5. Remember, 1 means you never respond that way. 5 means you always respond that way. Do you have your number? Good. Statement 2. You are usually optimistic. You see difficulties as temporary and expect to overcome them. 1, never true. 5, Statement 3. You can handle high levels of ambiguity and uncertainty about situations. Ambiguity is when a situation is vague. For example, unclear instructions, group decision making, work outcomes, someone else's mood, etc. Can handle all of that. Statement 4. You adapt quickly to new developments. You're good at bouncing back from difficulties. Statement 5. You're playful. You find the humor in rough situations and can laugh at yourself. Statement 6. You're able to bounce back emotionally after losses and setbacks. You have a support system of friends you can talk to, and you're able to express how you're feeling and ask for help if you need it. Feelings of anger, loss, or discouragement don't last long. Remember, 1 doesn't apply. 2, just a little bit. 3, sometimes. 4, typically. 5, always. Statement 7. You are self-confident, appreciate yourself, and have a healthy concept of who you are. Statement 8. You're curious. You ask questions. You want to understand how things work. You like to try new ways of doing things. Statement 9. You learn valuable lessons from your experiences and the experiences of others. Statement 10. You are a good problem solver. You can use analytical logic, be creative, or use practical common sense. Statement 11. You're good at making things work well. You're often asked to lead groups and projects. Statement 12. You're very flexible. You feel comfortable embracing the contradictions within yourself. You're optimistic and pessimistic, trusting and cautious, unselfish and selfish, etc. You recognize that being multifaceted is part of what makes you, you. Statement 13. You are always yourself, but you've noticed that you're different in different situations. Statement 14. You prefer to work without a written job description. You're more effective when you're free to do what you think is best in any situation. Statement 15. You read people well and trust your intuition. Statement 16. You're a good listener. Statement 17. You don't judge others and adapt to people's different personality styles. Statement 18. You're able to withstand pressure over time. You seem to thrive when things get tough. While you work well with others, there's an independent side to you. Statement 19. Your difficult experiences have made you stronger and wiser. Statement 20. You've turned setbacks into opportunities and found silver linings in bad experiences. Nice work. You have successfully completed the resiliency test. Now, take a moment and add up your score. This will indicate how resilient you currently are. I'll give you a moment. Do you have your total score? Wonderful. Here's what it reveals. If your score was 80 or higher, you showcase a high level of resilience and tend to bounce back from challenges with strength and adaptability. If you scored between 65 and 80, you cope well under pressure, but could benefit from strengthening your resilience with a few tools. If your score was between 50 and 65, you're managing, though circumstances might seem tougher at times. You can make progress with some effort. With a score between 40 and 50, you're struggling to keep up with the challenges. It may feel harder to regain your balance right now. If your score was 40 or below, you may consider reaching out for support. Seeking help can provide the guidance you need to get back on track. However, do not despair, or at least try to remain open to the following suggestions. I know despair at times is an unconscious response, but no matter your score, there are resiliency qualities that you already have within yourself, and those you can rely on when the going gets tough. You just might not be aware that you even have them right now. But I'm going to walk you through a resiliency menu, if you will, of different qualities that can help you handle challenging situations with confidence and grace instead of getting wiped out or sideswiped. I guarantee you are about to hear 3 or 4 qualities, maybe even more, that come naturally to you. And you can rely on these qualities and any of the other qualities you're about to hear when faced with future problems. So here is our resiliency menu. The first quality on our resiliency menu is humor. Is there a time you've cracked a joke or made someone laugh in the darkest hour and it lightened the mood? Laughter can break the tension and act as an emotional reset. By laughing at the absurdity or difficulty of a situation, you can diminish its power over you, making it easier to cope and recover. Humor serves as a psychological buffer that helps you stay grounded and approach problems with creativity. And speaking of creativity, creativity is also a key quality in building resilience. Do you ever think outside the box or approach problems from different angles? Being creative can also help you channel stressful energy into any number of artistic expressions. Have you considered getting creative with pain, sadness, or anger? What were your results like? Next time, if you haven't tried it before, and even if you have, maybe consider making something just to see. Channel that feeling. It's art. There are no rules, and anything can be your medium. It's not limited to a canvas. Next, we have perceptiveness. This is when you're aware of your surroundings, emotions, and the underlying causes of challenges. Have you ever considered where someone else is coming from? What motivates them? What choices and childhood patterns have shaped who they are, what they think, and how they see the world? Are you aware of your own emotional states and limits? Perceptiveness helps you find solutions before smaller problems become bigger obstacles. A love of learning can also shift your perspective. Do you ever think critically to find creative solutions? Instead of getting discouraged, do you dig in to what went wrong and the ways you can improve? This lets you move through things more quickly as you focus on what you can learn from the situation, rather than getting bogged down by frustration and self-doubt. The more you learn, the more tools and strategies you have to handle future challenges. Or you can practice your flexibility. Flexibility allows you to adjust and adapt when things don't go as planned. Have you ever considered embracing change rather than resisting it? Was there ever a time when you remained open to new ideas, solutions, or ways of thinking? Or are you more fixed and rigid with your expectations and desired outcomes? What is it like to stay calm in any scenario and even address it with positivity? Maintaining a positive future outlook is another way to build resilience. Have you ever assumed that everything that happens to you is for the best? You might not see it that way from your current situation, but if you zoomed out on your life, you'd realize that every little hiccup or disaster is actually working in your favor. The idea of that feels good, doesn't it? Could it be true? It is, if you believe that it's true. You can also believe that you drive your own destiny. You're not helpless. You're empowered. You control every outcome in your life. Do you take responsibility for your responses, decisions, and efforts, instead of dwelling on what's beyond your control? Instead of blaming outside forces, you consider what you can do differently to achieve your desired results. When the results and resolutions don't come as fast as you'd like, do you lean into perseverance? You know that progress takes time. Have you ever kept moving forward when the going got tough? Do you push through challenges with patience and persistence? Each time you persevere through difficulty, you build confidence in your ability to overcome future obstacles. Self-motivation is another powerful driver of resilience because it piggybacks on perseverance to fuel you when external support or encouragement is lacking. Do you have an internal sense of purpose? A drive that pushes you to keep going despite the odds? Do you stay focused on your goals and take proactive steps to achieve them? Self-motivation lets you rely on your own determination and drive, regardless of what happens. Maybe your own sense of self-worth serves you as your source for a resilient foundation. Do you believe in yourself even when you're challenged the most? Do you stand undefeated in the face of criticism? Do you treat yourself with kindness and understanding? A strong sense of self-worth helps maintain a positive mindset during hardship because you understand your value is not determined by your circumstances or mistakes. A sense of independence also allows you to distance yourself from toxic situations or people. Do you take responsibility for your own abilities and decisions? Are you able to place space between yourself and any issues, whether that's a friend, partner, or environment? A strong sense of independence can help you navigate difficulties with resourcefulness and adaptability. On the other hand, positive relationships can be transformative when it comes to resiliency. Do you have a strong and loving support system? Are there caring and kind people you turn to for advice and encouragement? Positive relationships provide a sense of trust and safety, so you can take risks and try new things and know you have a safety net if things don't go as planned. What about helping others? Being of service? Can you think of a time you've offered support to others instead of focusing on your own problems? This sense of contribution can be deeply rewarding and remind you that you are not alone and that everyone faces challenges. And last, but certainly not least, spirituality can serve as an anchor by providing a sense of meaning, purpose, and connection. Instead of getting fed up, have you ever turned within? Meditation, breathwork, prayer, and religious or personal beliefs all offer a framework for understanding life's challenges and finding strength. Spirituality also encourages qualities like compassion, gratitude, and acceptance, which can shift your mindset and promote emotional healing. That was our menu of personal resilience builders. Humor, creativity, perceptiveness, learning, flexibility, positivity, empowerment, perseverance, self-motivation, self-worth, independence, support systems, service, and spirituality. Remember, you can rely on any of these qualities to help navigate problems or stress. Which qualities do you use the most? Make sure to let me know. And if someone you know needs help becoming more resilient, you can support them by continuing to redirect the conversation to their strengths rather than their weaknesses, helping them identify their own resiliency qualities from the list I just mentioned, and by showing up with patience and understanding. It takes time to bounce back from a crisis or trauma. It doesn't always or likely happen overnight. The safe space you create is more nurturing and healing and needed than you might realize. Remember, we are all here